Shalom, I'm Rabbi Jeff of the Rock of Israel Congregation in Hickory, North Carolina. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to today's video. We're going to be looking at the Festival of Hanukkah. It starts this year on the 18th through the 26th of December. This is 2022, in case you find it late. And it's the Feast of Dedication, Festival of Lights, and it really is something that Christians should pay attention to. And here's why. First, quick history, and we'll be real quick. Roughly 200 BC, Israel, Jerusalem specifically, was under siege of the Greek Empire, and it was Antiochus Epiphanes, the Greek leader, that outlawed the study and reading of Torah and the observance of anything connected to the God of Israel, the one true God, to the point where he burned all the Torah scrolls he could find. He desecrated the temple, and just an abomination beyond belief, and just desecrated the temple, to the point where a family of Maccabees, a group, rose up and fought quite miraculously so, against this Greek army, and drove them out and reclaimed the temple, and began to just clean it and sanctify it and get it fixed and get it right. And one of the last things they had to do was light the menorah. But they found that there was only 1 day's worth of oil for the menorah, and it would take 8 days to go through the process prescribed by God and how to prepare the oil. So in faith, they lit the menorah with 1 day worth of oil. And the miracle is that God provided the light continued for all 8 days until they were able to get enough oil to take it from there. So God provided. This always takes place in the month of Kislev. Kislev is known as the month of miracles, and it is really quite something. The Maccabees were only a couple of hundred people against the Greeks' big army, and they were able to drive them out. That's a miracle. And how does this relate to Christians? Well, this is always looked at by most people as a Jewish holiday, right? Chag Sameach Hanukkah, the festival of Hanukkah. And Yeshua himself actually observed Hanukkah. How do we know? Well, if you go to John chapter 10, I believe starting around verse 22, it says it was the Feast of Dedication, Hanukkah, and Yeshua was in the temple. Now, if Yeshua made a point to be in Jerusalem for the observance of this festival, you can rest assured it was important. Now, Yeshua in other places says that he is the light of the world. He is the light in the life of men. And this menorah, the menorah in the temple, was referred to as the light of the world. So Yeshua was in essence explaining that he is the light. And there's lessons, lots and lots of lessons we can take out. We just want this to be a real short video, just to give you a brief idea of why it's important for you, if you're a Christian, if you're a believer in Yeshua, why it would be important to learn more, right? The temple is metaphoric of us, of the body of Messiah, of us as individuals. And we desecrate ourselves when we're given to idolatry, when we give in to the things of the world, when we put anything before God in our hearts in terms of importance. We essentially engage in idolatry, whether we realize it or not. And it's important for us to to do the hard work, to sanctify ourselves, to rid ourselves of idolatrous ways, idolatrous thoughts, and perish the thought any actual idolatrous practices that may have crept in to our lives at one point or another that we hold on to. And we fill our hearts with the Torah, with the Word, because Yeshua is the Word made flesh. And there's so many lessons on the menorah itself and what it represents and who it represents. Everything from the tree of life in the Garden of Eden to Messiah himself. There's so many lessons, and maybe next week I'll do a lesson on exactly how the menorah relates to Messiah. It's a wonderful story, and I encourage you to spend some time during those 8 days to remember the miracle of the month of Kislev, the miracle of the miraculous victory of the Maccabees over the Greeks, the miracle of the 1 day worth of oil that lasted 8, and the fact that Yeshua observed this day. If you're a follower of Yeshua, what does that mean? We follow him, we imitate him, we go where he went, we do what he did, we study what he studied, we observe what he observed. And this, just like all of the festivals in Leviticus 23, this isn't one of those, but nonetheless, it was important enough that he observed it. So perhaps you should consider observing as well. If you enjoyed this video, hopefully it blessed you, please click the like and share the video, and make sure you subscribe. And we try our best to put out a new video every Tuesday. So Lord willing, we'll see you next Tuesday. Shalom, shalom.